Not since the horrors of the Black Plague has our land seen such despair. Almost 2 millennia after Sigmar founded the Empire, the realm is fractured and broken. 3 rival factions claim the Imperial crown: Marienburg, Middenheim, and Reikland. Blur of power brings the armies of men against one another in a seemingly endless tide of battle. An island of peace in a sea of conflict, Mordheim drew wealth such as the city had never seen into its walls. But with its prosperity came the corruption of arrogance and hedonism and greed. The gods could not long abide the outrages of Mordheim's populace. In the heavens, an ill star appeared. A great, twin-tailed comet that some priests warned was nothing less than the hammer of Sigmar. They preached tidings of doom and repentance, but their sermons were ignored. An attitude of rebellious revelry gripped the city as the comet grew ever nearer. The grand festival to celebrate the turn of the year was a mockery of the apocalyptic prophecies. It was then that the hammer fell. The fiery comet plowed through the city, gouging a deep crater in the midst of the poor quarter. The wondrous palace of Count Steinhard was broken, the grand amphitheater shattered, the vast great library blighted by a pall of ash. Fire and smoke decimated the populace, but worse awaited the survivors. A malignant corruption that brought with it mutation and madness, the vile taint of chaos. In the shattered city, strange green-black stones were discovered. Strange energies emanated from these shards. Warlocks and alchemists experimented with these word stones and soon determined that their uncanny properties could work wonders. Wordstone could heal the sick, regenerate the old, or even turn base metal to gold. Lust for Wordstone focused avaricious eyes upon ruined Mordheim. Treasure hunters descended upon the city, vying with both mutated horrors that claimed the ruins as their own, and crusading zealots who sought to prevent the taint from spreading. Inhuman creatures filtered into Mordheim, staking their own claims. An endless pilgrimage of the greedy and ambitious, fighting and dying in a place now called the City of the Damned.
Greetings one and all, and welcome to Zayfard Tries.
To Mordheim, City of the Damned.
And I could not have planned that better myself. Yes, this is going to be my first Let's Try series. These are going to run slightly differently from my Let's Plays, although essentially they're the same idea. Rather like my Let's Plays, I will be going into the games blind if it's a new game. I'll be going into it blind. In my Let's Plays I go in blind if it's a fairly new game, or if it's a game I love like Galiciv, I'll know it reasonably well. The big difference with these, I am going to keep doing my Let's Play as my main series. There will be 5 episodes of those a week. On my Let's Tries, I will get as many up as I can a week. The goal would be to get 5, but I might not succeed, and if I have to cut episodes of anything to keep the schedules, it will be the Let's Tries. Also, these will last, to be honest, because I'm going to be going these blind, it may just be in case until I lose interest, or it could be till you guys lose interest. Because that's the other thing with these Let's Tries. These are ways of me experimenting with different game types. Games I wouldn't normally play, and seeing how you feel about them. You know, if it turns out a game you don't enjoy, then it will just disappear from the channels. So, Mordheim, City of the Damned. It's been out about a month now. I know a little bit about it. It's a gang-based combat game. A little bit like XCOM in some respects, although with sort of free movement-ish. I'll explain more as we get into the game, rather than a grid-based movement. Now, this game does have permadeath, so when you lose a character, they are gone. Now, there are 4 races in the game. There are the human mercenaries. Well, you know what? I'll leave them up rather than reading through because it is going to be a long episode. I plan to do the setups and the first mission in this first episode, and other missions I'll try and keep. Other episodes I'll try and keep to about half hour. But today's could be a long one. So we have the human mercenaries, who I will not be using. There are also the Skaven, another clan I intend not to use. I'm not a big Skaven fan. I did used to play Warhammer when I was younger. I've also played 40k. Loved those games. And when I played Warhammer, I was actually a High Elf player. Sadly, High Elves aren't here, so I will have to go to my second favourite race, and the Skavens were not that. The other ones are the Sisters of Sigmar. Again, I will not be using those. Which means we will be the cult of the possessed. Chaos. Mordheim has become a lawless, blighted place, far from the authority of temples and noble law. The malignant clutch of chaos hangs heavy over the ruins, changing those too desperate or too stubborn to leave, drawing to its creatures already twisted by mutation and corruption. Groups of these degenerates and mutants gather together into the cult of the possessed, seeking to gain favour of the Shadow Lords by returning the Weirdstone to the pit and slaughtering all those they find trespassing upon their master's domain, the City of the Damned. The inhuman, the subhuman, and the non-human all gather into the dark embrace of madness. But this will be us. Now, just so you know how we
feel your ambition and your desire. I can see it rising from your tainted flesh, boiling up from your blackened soul. You are not content to merely be. You must know why. That is good. That is as it should be. Many are consumed by the power of chaos. It is only the select few who aspire to understand. You may call me Murga. I came to this place on behalf of the Purple Hand to discover the change that had been visited upon Mordheim. Do not listen to the Sigmarite fools. It was no judgment of their puny god that descended upon this city. It was the blessing of the dark gods we serve. They see only destruction, their minds yearning for what was and refusing to accept what is. We know better. We see not corruption, but liberation in the touch of our gods. What is chaos if not freedom? Freedom from the tyrannies of flesh and form, of spirit and soul. Escape from the lies we have been told to accept as reality. Since coming here, I have heard the whispers of the Shadow Lord. I have felt his glory surround me until my body was wrapped in his darkness. Behold the change worked upon me. Gaze upon the might of the dweller in the pit. Beside him, even the Purple Hand are but blind children. You have heard the Shadow Lord's call. You have cast aside the chains of morality and mercy, cut all the weakness of doubt from your mind. A greater calling beckons you, to serve the ruinous powers. Gather the Wordstone, return its darkness to the pit. By its malefic energies shall the Shadow Lord grow strong. Kill those who would dare to oppose you. Let them be offerings to old night. Glory and horror await you. The wonders and terrors of real truth. Of chaos.
Ooh, actually it's quite a nice backstory. Okay, so as I was about to say before, a bit of backstory of our warband started. I have come into this virtually blind. I have played through the tutorials, and I have watched a few Let's Plays from other people which told me enough that I wanted to play this. However, all I've seen played is a little bit of human mercenaries, not the Sisters of Sigmar, and Skaven. I know nothing about Chaos at all. So we're going to learn this together, experiment together, and find out what these guys do, because I really know nothing about them apart from their details. Okay, so, War Camp. Mordheim City of the Damned is a game about making the most of a dire situation, and is designed as a hardcore experience. The decisions you take while leading your warband are permanent, and your actions in combat may lead to irreversible injury for your warriors. The campaign will end after the 4th time that you fail to deliver wordstone shipments requested to your faction. Plan carefully, and gird yourself against the horrors of Mordheim. So, yes, that's one of the first things. Rather like XCOM, if you have somebody die in a campaign, in one of the missions, they're gone. They can get serious injuries where they can have mental effects. Actually, I have no idea what all the others are. I've seen mental effects. That's it. Then that keeps with you. Now, unlike XCOM, if your character gets knocked out or killed, as it were, in combat, they may not, they might survive. And we'll come to that once we get there. First, we need to do warband management. See what we have. The warband management screen provides a quick... Actually, you know what, I'm not going to read all of these out loud. I'll leave them on the screen so you can read them if you want to yourself. But I'm just going to try and get through these fairly quickly. Okay, so... First things first. Let's have a look at the leader. Warband, so we can change names, I presume. Yep, we can rename the warband. So we're going to give this a new name for us. Light Embraces? No. We will be the cult of Zayfard. Because if I'm going to play this game, I may as well have my own cult around it. And that's one of the things I am going to do in this game. I am going to rename as many of these people as we can. Now I'm going to start with the leader, and I am of course going to name him Zayfard. As soon as I can find how to do that. Let's see, he is agile, he is tough. Ah, okay. He has good agility, not good strength, but good leadership and intelligence. Good alertness, good weapon skill. Okay, all these will come into effect. Well, hello, so what have we got here? And how do I get rid of this overlay? That's annoying. That's really annoying, actually. Okay, weapons. We have a staff. And chance of a Zench's Curse, whatever that does. We have basic clothes. Skills, what have we got? Blood Sacrifice. So after dealing melee damage, reduce the cost of the next spell. Very nice. So this guy is a spellcaster. Spell, what have we got? Weapons of Destruction. Melee attacks... so we can bypass some of the armor and increase damage. Very nice. Customization, so yes. This is our warband leader, and he will be Zayfard. So there we go. That is my avatar in the game. So we now must buy up some new units. So we need some heroes. We can hire various types of heroes. So let's see. Oh, these are all henchmen. So I can have one type of hero who's a mutant at this point. So at ranks 1, 5 and 10 he'll get a mutation at random. Fantastic. Well, we will hire this guy.
Task complete.
So we have a hero unit. Has reasonable damage, decent skills. Let's see, good strength. Oh, very low leadership. Very accurate. Okay. Let's see. So he has one of those. Skills: Shadow Lord's Touch. After getting Wordstone, a chance to increase criticals. Very nice. And this guy can't use spells. Okay. And we are going to need some henchmen. Okay, so we have two options of henchmen. We have archers, the Brethren, or Dark Souls. Ooh, you know what? I'm going to read the description of these two. Brethren. The mortal followers of the Dark Gods, the Brethren, eager to seek out the rewards of damnation. They see possession and mutation as sacred blessings, rewards they hope to earn through acts of insane depravity. To descend into the inner mysteries of their obscene faith, there is no act too unspeakable for the Brethren. Now we can only have 5 at once. They have start off with bow and arrow, which is really nice. And the next one, actually let's have a bit more details of them. Low damage, not a lot of strength and toughness, ballistic skills are very high. And the next one, the Dark Souls. Rarely does a demon find a host so suitable as to become a possessed. More often, the demon has to abandon its host, leaving the mortal scarred in mind and spirit. These men become Dark Souls, maddened by their experience and endowed with the ferocious strength of the insane. Dressing in masks and armour that resemble demons, Dark Souls bring their crazed fury against all those who defy the cult. Wow, okay, so these are very dangerous. Oh, last stand. So these guys will always fight to the death. They will not flee. That could be useful, that could be dangerous, but they do a lot of damage. Okay, I think we're going to hire 2 brethren.
Task completed.
The ranged. We've already got some good attacks with our leader and hero. And I do think, however, we do want a demon soul, a dark soul even. Okay, now between matches we will have to pay these guys. Now let's see what we've got in our inventory. Nothing. Okay. So we're going to need to go to camp to buy some stuff. So we could go to the campaign, which I'm not going to do just yet. Or we can go to the shop to buy new equipment, which I do want to do. Now you only have certain ones available in here. And it's basically a case of finding the ones you like the look of and getting them while you can. At the moment I actually have very limited stocks. So let's just check through our warband. Oh. So our leader. Gear have you got on you? Clothes. And yes, unfortunately this screen is a bit cramped at the moment. I'm actually running an old monitor. I am hoping to upgrade to a widescreen soon. But for now, this is what I have. You're on clothing. Armors you can take light. What's your dodge skills like? 40% dodge. Actually, you're pretty good at dodge. This is the guy I'd consider for helmets. Take great sword, you've got a great axe, you've got really poor dodge, so you could actually do with some armour. Light armour. There's only one light armour available. Let's get both the helmets. And yeah, that's probably about all we can usefully get at this point. Okay, so let's go back to the warband. Now I think our hero, I'm going to let him, let's see, helmet, we'll let him have one of the helmets. Not bad. And we'll let our Dark Soul have a helmet and the light armour. Oh wow, he looks rather intimidating there actually, I like that. Okay. Now, the last thing I'm going to do, I only vaguely understand this myself at the moment, but I will get through this. One of the big things we have in this game is, as it's sort of got some rogue-like elements, I'd say, we have progression system. And this one goes across every single game. So every single warband you have, they'll eventually rise up and sooner or later crumble. And you have the veteran system, which is upgrading everything as you go along, which stays between warbands. I think you have to get the skills separately. Yeah, so we can get these skills separate. I'm not sure how we gain stuff to get these skills. No, I need something to get them. But the tasks, these will give us bonuses of some sort. I don't know how those work yet, but we'll find out. However, we have set up the group long enough into the campaign mode. In the campaign mode, we'll have various missions available. I only have one, sadly, where you can choose between which encounter you want to do. If you don't like the ones you've got, you can add extra. So send out a scout will cost you 5 crowns. You'll get more each time you do it. Which ones to do? However, I'm going to start the Haunter in Darkness. This has an average chance of Weirdstone, which is useful later in the game. Your sponsor group, for us the Cult of the Possessed, will ask for an amount of Weirdstone every so often. And when we fail 4 times, our warband goes down. And it's got a very poor chance of items, so I'm not going to worry there. And as we can see, there is a chance to put some units into reserve. This is something you get later. I'm not sure, you know, so because you can only have a certain amount of units. So one leader, then you can add extra heroes and extra henchmen, and all your rest of your group have to go into the reserves. So I'm just going to launch the mission. See what it has for me.
Just as you were closing to engage a rival warband, the horrific manifestation of the ghostly town crier causes both groups of warriors to flee in terror. As the apparition fades away, your warriors recover their courage. Scattered in their fright, your warband is spread out across the ruins, but so too are your enemies.
Okay, so that's... You'll always get these little brief introductions of what's happening at the start of each mission. How different they are, I don't know. You'll also have objectives. Now, the main objective for this one is basically to either put out of action, which is what this is basically when you knock your enemy out, which can lead to death. Or you manage to get their morale so low they run away. You have secondary objectives which will give you some nice bonuses. In this instance, it's to find a warrior called Gottfried von Marlinson and take his lucky charm. So you need to put him out of action and loot his body. Now I know these optional objectives gives you some pretty nice bonuses. I don't know how big they are, I don't know how those work yet, so I'm looking forward to discovering this. So yeah, there's a lot to discover, and I'm really looking forward to using Chaos to see, you know, the Cult of the Possessed, just to see how this works and actually playing this game. And in many respects it reminds me of the old Warhammer tabletop game Gorka Morka and Necromunda, both set in the 40k universe. Which were, I mean, this was actually originally a tabletop game. Back in the late 90s I think, and that one did inspire things like Gorka Morka and Necromunda. So I'm really excited to see how this one works, what happens. I must admit I'm slightly less excited by the loading times, because this has taken quite a long time already. I'll give it a couple more minutes, well, a short while longer, and then I will cut the video to the end of the load. Okay then, well yes, I did decide to cut that. That was quite a long time. It took almost 2 minutes to load. But anyway, it's now loaded, so let's get in and see what our enemy brings us.
A new round has started.
Okay, so we're starting with our cult leader. Now, when we look at the map initially, we won't... Okay, the game's just proving me a liar. Normally you won't see where the enemy are. They're normally hidden. This guy, Godfrey... Yep. So Godfrey, this is the guy we need to put out of action. Excellent. I'm assuming he's a hero looking at him. All of them have different symbols and I don't know what any of them are. Okay, so yes, you'll only see the enemies on the board if your units have seen them. So I now know there's a guy over there. Possibly a hero, possibly a leader, I'm not sure. But he is kind of on his own, so I'm going to send my leader over there to have a word. Let's just make sure I'm going in the right direction. Yes, I am. Ah, and some weird stone on the floor. So yes, actually, before I get the weird stone, as you can see, I am able to move around freely. Now, if you see on the screen, there's a blue ring. That shows me one movement. You'll also see at the bottom left some pips, some blue pips, and they are my movement pips. So every time I cross the boundary of this particular circle, I will use up one of the pips. So as you can see, I've crossed, I've now lost. And you can use all sorts of things for those. Some of them is just moving, you can jump, some of your attacks will use up pips as well. Now if you look just to the right of the movement pips, you'll see attack pips. Now, I should point out these may not be the correct names for them. This is just how I understand them to be. And they are basically, you use them to do attacks normally. So I can create spells with it, using the weapons of destruction, which would be quite nice actually. D5, no, that's that, isn't it? So I can have a look at my spells. Weapons of destruction increases my damage and bypasses weapons. So, first things first, let's interact with the weird stone and gather the weird stone fragments. Now these can be used later from the warband management. Ooh, nice. To improve, to sell to other factions, to improve my standing, to get money. Now, whenever you do get some weird stone, it does give you a buff or debuff. Normally, from what I've seen, you go down, but sometimes you will go up. No, which one was it? War Perfect. So I have a +3 movement range for taking that. Very nice. However, that's not enough. I'm going to get some more weird stone fragments. War Perfect. That's probably going to be negative. Oh no, I seem to have got away from that. I'll gather some more then. Now as you can see, I only have a certain amount of slots. So I can only... Did I accidentally cancel that? No, I didn't. I can only carry 3 things with this unit. Different units have different amounts they can carry. Okay, before I go and attack him, I'm going to do Weapons of Destruction. Now this is a spell which can seriously backfire. But today hasn't, which is good. And I can't charge in, so let's just get in close and attack him. Get rid of these stats. There we go. So I have an 80% chance to hit, and I'll do 32 to 45 damage. So this is going to hurt him a lot. Oh yeah, not a good day to be him. Then I'm going to go into dodge stance. This will give me a one-off chance to dodge his attacks against me. And yeah, if it works, I just don't take any damage. Ooh, my mutant is right by one of his guys. Well, far be it from me to look a gift horse in the mouth. Let's stab him instead. Oh, bit of a miss. Oh, yeah, he gets to counter-attack, which is a shame. However, oh, his dodge failed. And I'm out of attack, so I'm going to put him into dodge stance. Okay, well that's a slow start, and you're disengaging to shoot me, of course. No, to shoot him. Okay, so as you see, he's got a ranged weapon, so he can shoot us from a distance, but he has to reload. And he can't do it when in combat with us. Ooh, you're attacking my darks. Okay. Well, I'll attack back. Ooh. And there's Gottfried, the guy I need to kill. You will regret coming this close to me. Although I might be losing my mutant here. Okay, where are you compared to the enemy? Okay. So that's us. So yeah, we each will have a cart where we can basically steal items from them, as well as taking our totem. I think that's what they call it. Banner. If you look in the top left-hand corner, you'll see two bars: blue for us, red for the enemy, and that tells us our total morale. Only dips below the bottom number, so mine's 42. Best answer ever. And once it dips down to 16, we'll start having to take route checks where we might just run away. So what we need to do is get the enemy down to 16 themselves, because that's their level, to make them run. And if we take their totem, or banner, I'll remember what it's called eventually, then they will have a significant drop in their morale. They'll also take a drop for the, for different members of their team going down. So, as we kill them, well, take them out of action, they will lose morale and be more likely to run. Oh, I can't get down that way. Let's see. 60% to take damage. So yes, as we're moving around, as you can see there are these blue lines. Well, basically, we can always go back to those blue lines to undo all the movement we've done. Until we take damage, then our movement is locked in. So you really do want to avoid taking damage, if you possibly can. Oh, that doesn't look good. I know there are traps of some sort in this game, and that looks particularly trap-like to me. Okay. Our ally's in the way there. We can't do actions with him there. I'm kind of tempted to delay. No. Let's jump down. We can probably do more good down there. And we succeeded. Fantastic. So. Oh, we are going the wrong way entirely. Ah! Glean magic. What's that done to us? Magic resistance down. Okay, that shouldn't be too big a problem. As I'm out of movement, I will go into Overwatch, which means if anyone comes into my sight, I will try to shoot them. Okay. You, on the other hand, can come down, and... excellent. Let's see. I am going the wrong way still. I really want to be going that way. I think I may have seriously... That's the one thing I'm... one of my first impressions of this is working out where you're meant to be going is more than a little bit tricky. We went the wrong way. That guy took some damage from the weird stone for nothing. Aha! Okay. Well... So I can do some minor damage to Godfrey, or I can attack this guy. Yeah, he's ranged, so he's more of a risk. Now as you see I've shot, so I'm going to have to reload. Which takes some movement actions, and that's all I can do with him. See, I want to try and take that other guy out. So he is definitely a threat at range. As you can see, we've now got a question mark, so there's a guy moving. We have no idea who they are, or where they are. We know nothing about... Oh, we've just seen him. Oh, he's attacking our leader. That's not so good. Okay. So, you're in close combat there. You know what? Oh, bad miss. Bad luck. We're going to have you dodge. Oh, that guy might suffer.
A new round has started.
Okay, so I could disengage from him, which will take up most of my attacks. No, okay, let's just... Okay, so the first dodge worked, but he's used his dodge now. So I can hit him, which is good. And I'm going to go into dodge myself. Now I could parry. Parry is an option. But parrying, you still have to have some attack points left. So the only reason to parry, is if you are able to attack afterwards. Or it has a better chance of success than a dodge. Now parry does take one less, so in this case, if parry and dodge were similar, I'd probably parry. But I'm going to dodge because that's so much better chance of surviving. But I do see me losing my mutant. Ooh. Okay, so he's disappeared. Oh! Oh dear. So, being stunned is bad. A, it gives you a higher chance of having a serious injury at the end of the game. Which is not good. Secondly, it means you're losing some of your actions on your next move, which is also not good. So I do think I'm about to lose that guy. Clearly he was too weak for the Dark Gods. I'm going to do perception to see any more details. I succeeded. So some weird stone down there. No traps, and that's where people are. Okay. So you can come in and help. How close were I to helping earlier? Okay, it's a bit of a top shot to get you, but it was worth a try. I think at the end of this turn... Ooh, nicely dodged, sir. I'm going to have to get some close combat weapons for those guys, because getting them in close would have been more useful. Because right now these guys can disengage. Whereas what we'd love them to be able to do is be trapped. So we can just keep pounding on them without them being able to do anything extra to us. Hey, so you're standing up, and that's all you can do. And you can't run away because you're class. Okay. I get the feeling we're losing that guy.
A new round has started.
Okay, let's see how much damage. Okay, fine. So you've used your dodge. So you are doing a lot of damage there, but we really need you elsewhere. And we've got nothing to disengage, so we only get a free attack, so no. Let's dodge. Okay. Okay, so his dodge failed. Now, do I want to disengage? I think I might actually. You are getting a serious kick in. Let's see. Oh, okay. I can't see your hit points. Oh no, 35 hit points. That's realistically one more attack you can take. So it's worth a shot, see if I can take him out. Now we're going to dodge. Hopefully he'll survive this. But I don't think he can do enough damage to me. Okay. Where are you going? Oh! Yeah, that was going to happen. So as you can see, because we've lost one of them, we're being looted, so he's taking some of our gear, which is not good. But also, we've lost some morale. Okay. That's bad. We've lost 2 guys already. That's really bad, actually. Okay, so first we're going to reload. I think we need to take this guy out as quickly as we can now. That's a shame, that's a miss. Because we are down to just 2 units right now. You know, you guys really are failing right now. You realise while I may be sympathetic, the Dark Gods are not. We have Dagger in the other hand. No point at this time, won't actually, so I'm just going to end the turn with him. They have got some extra weapons. Should have checked that earlier. Okay. Okay, so you're not doing enough to be able to do anything to our leader.
A new round has started.
Let's take you out. We are very close to rooting right now. It's been a really bad start for us. Excellent, we have taken one of them out. Well, let's loot him, see what he's got. A great axe, dueling pistols, and I can't carry anything. No. The stuff I've got is too damn useful. So we know they're up here, so I'm going to go into dodge stance. See if I can survive this. I mean, we are very close to running. So we know they're in this building. We know they're over here somewhere. Okay. The first things first. Let's have you reload. And loot. Gonna want those dueling pistols. A great axe has got some value, so we'll take that as well. Now let's do what we can to protect our leader. So I'm going to go into Overwatch here. So if anything comes towards him, he is going to get arrows to the face. Nothing else to take there. Is there any more weird stone to take? There is. Well, it'll be foolish not to take it. Negative effect, which is a shame. Ooh, extra. That'd make any difference. So it's going to cost me more action, points to do a melee attack. Okay, more weird stone. A positive warp effect. Where was it? I missed that. Have extra melee and ranged resistance, so that is perfect. We'll take the final fragment. And another positive effect. Fantastic. Extra armor absorption. So this guy is now going to become a lot harder to kill for one turn. We're going to take you an Overwatch over here. That is the thing, the warp effects only last for one turn. Hey, where are they? Show us your ugly chops so we can put arrows through them. Okay, so you're in ambush stance. So if I get close to you, you will attack me. Sadly, he's not in range of my archers, because that could have been really useful. I think at this point, getting the optional event ones, taking out Gottfried,
a new round has started.
Is not going to happen. See if I can get close enough to charge without him being able to attack me. Excellent. Whoa! Okay! Well, he didn't last long. Got anything worth? Bounty staff. Crossbow could be useful. Can't really do anything with him though, so... Let's see, can we see any of them? Also is up here. You know what? I am going to... I can't do anything else there. Let's do a perception, see what else we can find. I really don't want to go across there. And we're going to dodge stance. Oh! Good shot! So you've tried to shoot at me and missed, but you have already been hit with one of my arrows. Fantastic, so we will be able to take you out soon, I reckon. He's over here somewhere. I do like this, you can actually hear him. Oh! Okay! Found him! He's kind of strong. He's being a bit of a risk to us. Okay, so, I'm going to reload you. You? Yeah. Excellent. Taking him out of action. Reload again. Get you closer to help our leader. To help me, technically. May as well do a perception with you. There's nothing else you can do. Failed. It's a shame, but, you know, it happens. Okay. Nope, nope, I've got lost again. Okay, see if you've got anything on you worth taking. Pistol. Yep, that's definitely worthwhile having. Okay, low chance to hit him. But hey, a low chance was all we needed apparently. And yeah, we'll end the turn there. Oh! Oh, they need to take route checks now. Fantastic! They are not in a good place.
A new round has started.
Brilliant! Okay, so we can do more damage if we do this. Oh, I could take... No, I'm going to risk it. No guts, no glory. Increase my damage, increase the amount I get through him. The problem with spells is they can seriously backfire. When I did the tutorial, they could backfire so heavily, it would basically be insta-death. Which is not good. Especially not in a situation like this. Okay. Right. His dodge is coming in. You know what? I'm gonna switch weapons from you. Get in there. Use your knife. Excellent. So the reason I'm doing this, I want to use up his dodges, his parries, so that when my leader goes to attack him, he's got nothing to stop him having the hit. Also, because I've now got him surrounded, every turn he's going to have to make a check to see if he can actually attack. He can't, actually probably can't just engage now. So he's in a bad way. Where are they? Doesn't
a new
really
round
matter
has
at this
started.
Point. Okay. So, I know that was a miss rather than a dodge. Okay, so I'm going to dodge here. Now, hopefully, excellent. So he hasn't got a dodge or delay to use against me. So my leader should be able to take him out. I'm not going to try for a spell this time. It's just too risky. Now if this works... Excellent. Oh wow, I've taken him out of that. No, give me the chance to loot! Damn it! I missed the optional objective. Ah, oh well. So anyway, after the end of the game, after the end of the battleground, you get rundown of what you've gained. So I've gained some weird stones, some treasure. Quite a lot of weird stone actually. That's really good, but no extra rewards. Casualties, I've taken 2, they took 4. Now we also get to see the most valuable warrior. In this one it was Zayfard with 70 points for knockouts, 222 points on damage and weird stone secured. And theirs was Gottfried. So we've done pretty well there.
Your ruthless ambition serves you well. The Shadow Lord will reward you greatly for your skill and loyalty.
Completed.
Excellent. Now we get to see what happens at the end. So we get points for valuable warriors, for enemies out of action, for surviving missions, for various things, and they will level us up. When we level up we'll get stuff. I actually don't know what we get, but we get something. And also doing certain actions, again, I don't know what causes these. I think it was in the tutorial, but my monitor, it was for a widescreen monitor, which I haven't got yet. So I couldn't actually read those. So yes, I've managed to get some bonuses to my, to my mental points and my stat points, which I will be using. That's really good. Okay, Margin, our mutant, has got a permanent injury, which is really bad because we haven't got any spare space for another hero. So this has oh wow, so he's got tendinitis, which will take 3 days to recover, so that's 3 battles, basically, that he's out of commission, and a permanent reduction to strength and maximum strength by 1. So he's now a lot weaker and a lot less used to us. And he's gained nothing. He got a little bit of experience, that's it. Our Dark Soul made a full recovery, which is fantastic. And he does look really intimidating there, actually. That's a lovely, lovely image. Okay. So you've managed to get some mental points, and as for you, that's it. So we've had a couple of level ups, and we've got one guy who's completely out of commission. And we've gained some more clothing, some weird stone, a dagger, some pistols, dueling pistols. Fantastic. So we have got some good gear here. So now we've come back from a campaign, from a quick, going for the campaign. First of all, to go next, I'll have to go on to next day. But I also now have my warband management to do, which basically is paying everyone. And I know I need to do that. How do I do this? Smuggler's Den, no. And that's next day. How do I pay everyone? I know I have to do this. Ah, okay, so I pay for treatment, which is going to cost me 9 gold crowns to heal up our mutant. And we also owe 17 gold for everyone to keep our warband going. Now, if you don't pay somebody, they will not fight in your next campaign. But they only cost you money if you've used them. But if you don't pay them, basically you'll have to pay interest on them. And we have hired swords, which I have no idea what they do, and there's none available, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, that's the end of our first episode. It's been a slightly longer one than normal. I do hope you've enjoyed this first taste episode. I will be doing more. I'm currently on holiday for the Christmas period, so I'm planning to try and do at least 2 weeks worth of this. If you guys enjoyed, I'll try and keep it going more and more frequently, and if you don't enjoy it, to be honest, I'll probably relegate. This will end up just being something I play for fun. I actually have to say, so far it is pretty cool. I do like this so far. So, if you have liked it, please, likes, comments, all that stuff really helps. Helps me grow the channel. But more importantly, in this instance, it shows me this is a game you enjoy watching and want to see me continue making episodes of. The other thing in the comments, if you'd like to be one of my warband, one of the cult of Zayfard, please let me know. I'm not going to give you specific warriors. I'll put you on a list. I'll do some random number generation to assign you randomly. So you will get a character, but I can't guarantee which. And if enough people say it, you may have to wait till I get more people in the warband. But that is all the time we have for tonight. As I say, it's been quite a long episode. Again, I do hope you enjoyed it, and I do hope you'll join me tomorrow night for our second episode, which will be more of a normal timescale. However, until then, farewell.